Assalamualaikum, my name is Amni Mahira, so I will present about the project briefing. The title of the project is Proposed Construction of a Double-Story Bungalow House on Lot 178, Peserai Bahagia, Jalan Parit Lapis, Batu Pahat, Johor. As you can see, the location at the right side. This project start from 20 July 2022 until 24 March 2023, which duration of the project is 8 months, and the cost of the project is 950,000 ringgit. Our groups, which is Group 6 Construction, is as an engineer and contractor for this project. So project structure specification, beam size that we use is 200 mm times 600 mm. Slab thickness is 150 millimeters, and column size is 400 times 400 mm, which is a rectangular size.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I will continue with the presentation. Okay, this is our first floor plan and the roof plan. And then this is the ground floor plan and the front and rear elevation. And this is, as you can see, this is the cut section of XX, cut section of YY, and then the left elevation and also the right elevation. Okay, I will continue to the other parts. Okay, as you can see, this is the load distribution of the building. Basically, the load distributed from the roof to the first floor, where it is received by a beam and then transmitted to a column, then on the slab, and then it is moved to the foundation and the ground floor.
Everyone, I will present the material properties on the Esteem for the beam, column, slab, and the foundation. For the core of practice is EC2 and A to MS. The characteristic strength of the concrete is 24 Newton per mm square. The characteristic strength of the concrete is 460 Newton per mm square. The unit weight of the concrete is 25 kN per meter cube. The unit weight of the steel is 7860 kN per meter cube. For the cover is 25 mm. This slide shows the 3D modeling from the Esteem. For the first one is the top view, and the left side is the front view, and the right side is the back view.
Okay, this is the beam design calculation from the Esteem. We point out one of each calculation for the beam, slab, for the column, pipe, and also the foundation calculation. So for the beam design, we point out the GB1, which is size is 200 and 600, and then the slab calculation, we choose the FS4, and we also provide the calculation for the slab FS4. And also the next is the column summary. Basically in this project, the number of column in the plan of the ground floor GF, we have 41 column, and then all the column stated is pass status. And then as the pad footing summary, this is the calculation or the summary table for the ground floor. And the lastly is the pile summary calculation. All of this data we generate from the Esteem, and we provide one of the example of each parts. Alright.
Hello, I am Liu Ayin. I am presenting the manual calculation of the foundation at P11, C22. As you can see from the slide, the foundation will be at the grade of 4 and D. Next, we move to the material properties of the foundation. The code of practice that used is Eurocode 2 NA to MS, and the characteristic strength of the concrete SCK is 24 Newton per mm square. Meanwhile, for the characteristic strength of the steel FYK is 416 Newton per mm square. The size of the column is 350 by 350 mm. The bar diameter is 8 mm and the link diameter is 6 mm. For the concrete cover, we use it 50 mm. The size for the RC pile is 150 by 150 mm. For the working load of the RC pile, we use 200 kN. The safety factor is 1.4. Alright, now we move to the side of the pile cap. There will be the 4 piles that needed to design this foundation. As you can see from the side, the width and the length of the pile cap will be 900 mm and the depth will be 400 mm, and it has a surface of 8.1 kN. The main reinforcement that used in this foundation is 14 T8 with an area of 704 mm². Meanwhile, for the secondary bar is 16 T6 with an area of 452 mm². For the shear design, it will be divided into 3 parts. The first one is about the vertical shear at the diameter/5 section inside the pile. This part of design is pasted. And for the punching shear, there will be no punching shear change necessary as the pile spacing is equal to the 3 times of the pile spacing. Next is about the maximum punching shear at the column perimeter. This part of design also pasted. And lastly is about the cracking. As you can see, the maximum bar spacing is 60 mm is smaller than the 200 mm, so the cracking check is passed. This slide shows the detailing of the foundation design.
My name is Hamizah Designer DF190111. My part is to make the manual calculation for reinforced concrete beam or RC beam. So I have decided to choose GB18 at FS16. So here are the all load cases, either GK and the QK for these calculations. Next, the design size is 150 times 200, but in Esteem the size are 200 times 500. Even though the value are different, but all the checking criteria are passed or in OK. Then here are the numbers of reinforced steel, which is 3H12. 12 refer to the diameter size. Last but not least, the cracking part. The maximum allowable bar spacing is 200 mm, while in the calculation the value is 34 mm, which it is also okay. So that's all from me. Thank you.
For the conclusion, the building has an area of 22,800 mm times 38,100 mm with total 5 bedrooms, 2 family halls, 2 kitchens, 1 laundry, toilets and other compartments. The drawing will present first at the beginning of the project. All the details of the building were set up in the Esteem software to analyze. Eurocode 2 and A2MS is applied as a code of practice to design the double-story building. Material properties that have been used, which consists of FCK is 24, FYK is 460, and unit weight of concrete is 25 kN/meter squared. For beam design, beam GB1 is chosen to design with the size beam is 200 mm times 600 mm. The result shows that AS request for all section of beam is less than the AS proof. Reinforced concrete slab of the structure is designed by manual calculation in this study to compare with the software calculation result. All the result calculation meet the requirement as well as provide as a good constructor of the building. The result obtained from both methods are quite same with the software calculation. Thank you.